Hey guys, happy Friday. Becky Timms here for The Drive at 5. And today I'm actually sitting in a church parking lot in a very, very small town called North, South Carolina. This is my hometown, and I actually stopped here on my way back from a business meeting in Columbia today because tonight is our high school homecoming game. And last year was the first annual time they did this, but they invited back all of the graduating classes of North High School. Hey Val, invited back all the graduating classes of North High School. And we get to tailgate outside of the football game. So it's a very small school. I mean, like my high school class had 63 people in my senior class, and it's a Title I school. And so this is just an extra way that they can make more money for the school. So I'm super excited about it. And I'm actually I came early because I got out of my meeting in early, but as I was driving down here, where I'm at now is kind of like halfway between Columbia, South Carolina, which is our capital, and Charleston, South Carolina, which is where I live. So I'm kind of like halfway between both of them. But it was such great memories just driving down through the country, because I took the country roads here, just driving here. And so I saw a thrift store, and I stopped at the thrift store. And guys, I love thrift stores. As you know, I like Goodwills and things like that. But my sister called me, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm looking at cookbooks in the thrift store." Now, I don't cook, but I was just scanning away, right, with my little scanner and having so much fun because I had this extra time to kill. But I found a book, and this book is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's by Dr. Richard Carlson. If you haven't read this book, I refer to it often. I always say don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff, which is actually the title of the book. And I quote it many, many times, but it's not a book that I have in my library, so I bought it to have in my library. But the very first chapter is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. So before I get off of here today, I want to read you, actually I'll do it now while I got the book open. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Often we allow ourselves to get all worked up about things that, upon closer examination, aren't really that big a deal. We focus on little problems and concerns and blow them way out of proportion. A stranger, for example, might cut in front of us in traffic. Rather than let it go and go on with our day, we convince ourselves that we are justified in our anger. We play out an imaginary confrontation in our mind. Many of us might even tell someone else about the incident later on rather than simply let it go. Why not instead simply allow the driver to have his accident somewhere else? Try to have compassion for the person and remember how painful it is to be in such an enormous hurry. This way we can maintain our own sense of well-being and avoid taking other people's problems personally. There are many similar small stuff examples that can occur every day in our lives. Whether we had to wait in line, listen to unfair criticism, or do the lion's share of the work, it pays. Hold on, let me change the page here. It pays enormous dividends if we learn not to worry about little things. So many people spend so much of their life energy sweating the small stuff that they completely lose touch with the magic and beauty of life. When you commit to working toward this goal, you will find that you will have far more energy to be kinder and gentler. So that is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, the very first chapter. And I really love this book, so I may do a drive at 5 about every little chapter in this book because I've read it before and it's a really, really good book. But guys, this week my husband Bud was out of town on a business trip, and so I was kind of quote unquote a single mom this week, except he did come back on Tuesday to take Cameron to his football game because he was coaching a football game. So he drove in, and so I was every day after work I would take Cameron to a ball game, or Carson to a ball game, or one of them to practice, or both of them to practice. And literally my week was, I got up, I only got on the treadmill once this week. I got up, I got on the treadmill, I took a shower, got them to school, I went to work. As soon as I got off work, They did their homework. I picked them up. I took them to practice. I drove them through a drive-through. They took a bath. They went to bed. I went to bed. Literally, that was my week this week. Now, when I did go to bed, it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock every night. And I like to go to bed early, usually, when Bud's home, like maybe 10 or 10:30, sometimes 11. But this 11:30 and 12 o'clock, I was like, wow, I can't handle this night after night after night. And so it made me think of all the single parents out there that have 2, 3, 4 children, and they're driving them here and they're driving them there. I really don't think I could do it. And even like I have some friends in the military, and their spouses are off, you know, protecting our country 6 months, 12 months, 18 months at a time. And so it made me remember my mom and how she did that for us. However, she didn't have the money to just go through a drive-through every night or pick up dinner on the way home. So I actually wrote an email to my newsletter last night, and I said, I really appreciate all of you single parents, because I really don't know how you do it. I know if it's necessity you have to do it, but it's hard. I mean, there was like no Becky time, and I like my Becky time. I like my time talking to you guys. And so what I did is I said, the first person that writes me back that's a single parent, I'm going to send you a gift card so you can go out to eat, or take your family out to eat. And I've had several single parents write me back last night and today from that one email. The one that won, her name is Zoe. I've never met Zoe. I have like over 2,000 people on my list. So I emailed Zoe back and said, hey, tell me, you know, where you would like to go to eat or take your family to eat. Because I'm doing this in memory of my mom, because I'm sure she would have liked to have done that for us. And I was just frazzled this week with just my 2 boys, and my boys are older. I mean, they're like 11 and 14, so they can take care of themselves and brush their teeth and take a bath, etc. But I could only imagine like with little guys. So that was my good thing for today. And remember, I told you I'm here for my high school football game. Look at these earrings. I can still wear the same earrings I wore in high school. That's about the only thing that's still the same, is my earrings, because I've gained so much weight. Well, of course, a lot of people have gained weight since high school, etc. But it's been like 25, 30 years, 20, somewhere along there, a long time since I've been out of high school. So it's going to be really good to see everyone tonight. We're actually having a little parade. So my class, which is, they're almost coming over here. I'm going to meet them here. They're over there, and we are going to decorate our float for the parade, and then we're going to ride down the street and tell everyone, you know, wave to everybody. And I haven't been in a parade in a very long time either, because thanks Debbie, thanks Kelly, I haven't been in a parade in a long time. But I remember like when I was in high school, and it was I mean, my hometown has 800 people, so it's a very small town feel, and actually it's called North, North, South Carolina. And if you've never heard of it, I would encourage you to go to YouTube as soon as you get off this drive at 5 and look up North, North, South Carolina, and Bill Cosby. And there's a lady on there, and she will tell you exactly where I am. Hey James. So YouTube, North, South Carolina, and Bill Cosby. It's pretty funny. But don't judge me. When you watch that video, don't judge me. Okay? Alright, so guys, I'm off to help my high school friends. I hope you guys all have a very happy Friday. And I will see you Monday on The Drive at 5. And if you like this video, share it, thumbs up, hearts. Have a great day. Bye.